My name is Jesus, and we're going for a run as soon as it stops raining. And we're gonna keep our eyes peeled, free from obstruction, looking for a certain nocturnal animal. So I've hired David Attenborough from BBC's Planet Earth to come narrate part of this episode.
Hello, I am David Attenborough, and since the dawn of time, man has ran. But now, you're running with Jesus. Today, our hero will journey to a place where only the bravest adventurers dare to go. The wilds of northeast El Paso, Texas.
The police are still investigating a shooting that led to a crash in northeast El Paso.
Taken to the hospital with gunshot wounds. New at 6, we're live on the scene on the 4600 block of Maxwell. That's between Dyer and US 54.
This park is pleasant, but at night, a different world emerges. This park is inhabited by bats, snakes, coyotes.
So I thought I was alone here with no creatures to be featured, but then I made the mistake that anyone who has played Pokemon before has made. I stepped on the grass, and that's when I made my first encounter. I made my first encounter with a deer. I was terrified, and I didn't have a phone, so I couldn't call anyone for help or even Snapchat a story about getting mauled to death. I was frozen like a deer caught in the headlights, and the deer were frozen like a human in headlights. Sure, this metaphor totally works. It's not falling apart. Wow, thank you. You're such a great audience. Deer aren't cute. They're creepy. You think deer and you think it's Bambi prancing out with Thumper, but no, they're creatures that wake up at night to feast on grass. But still, they're nocturnal, and it feels like I'm out there hunting for Slender Man or Slender Deer, which in all fairness is really just a giraffe. This is the park that a lot of deer like to come to eat because, you know, the El Paso desert is known for its luscious grass. But anyways, even though got here early, and by early I mean it's like 10 o'clock right now. So when it comes to dealing with deer, the early bird does not get the worm. My problem that first night was that I didn't have David Attenborough narrating, so of course he wasn't able to charm out the animals like a Pied Piper. Bring him back. Get back here, Attenborough. So Attenborough, I choose you.
There are only 14 peaks in the world that rise above 8,000 feet, and the Franklin Mountains in El Paso is not one of them. It's actually pretty insignificant compared to much of the other world. But the show's got a budget of $0, so the Franklin Mountain Range is... Wait a minute! How am I getting paid for this?
So I had to cut David Attenborough out of this video because he was asking too many questions. But his narration had already summoned some deer in the distance.
I wanted to shoot some better footage of these deer.
So I ran after them.
Run.
Come back, deer! I just want to shoot you!
Running after these deer was getting me no closer to capturing better footage. I thought I might be doing something wrong, so I would have to research and learn through Google.
So I Googled how to shoot deer in Texas, but all I found was hunting advice.
I wasn't looking to see a deer get hunted. I just wanted to see a deer get shot.
given my limited resources, this is the footage you're gonna get. What more can you ask of me? I just run around with what I can afford and learn the best I can. Not everyone is a true deer cinematographer like this one dude I stumbled upon my research called himself the Deer Whisperer.
The Deer Whisperer. Others call me the Dominican Snow White.
Because of course any self-imposed title is now a credible source. And he was feeding these deer donuts. So I'm not gonna go out there and buy donuts for deer. But if I were to buy donuts, I would go for the Mexican donuts because I'm trying to make an attempt to be culturally sensitive to the deer here in El Paso. They could be illegal immigrant deer. I don't judge. But I definitely wouldn't go out there and buy donuts. I also wouldn't buy deer ears to go incognito so I can get a closer look at these deer. But I definitely wouldn't do that. So this is definitely the best footage you guys are going to get. I'm David Attenborough. Our hero has finally captured adequate footage for this episode. And yes, I was asked to narrate this part of the video before knowing I wouldn't be getting paid.
It's a good show.